Good morning. Welcome. We're going to be doing a slow flow practice to wake us up. And for this practice, I recommend that you have a block or two to bring the floor a little bit closer to you. I also recommend one or two blankets. We're going to be doing some stuff on our knees at the start of practice. And if you have a pillow or bolster, you can even use your blankets rolled up. At the end of our practice today, we'll have the option to do a little bit of a more restorative style shavasana with some props. So if you want to take a pause and gather all the things that you might want to make this the most rejuvenating practice for yourself this morning, that would be great. We are going to be doing a little bit of back bending today and some twists and exploring the invitation of taking all of the emotions that are arising in us and transmuting them into something beautiful. One of our gifts as humans is our ability to take the grief and the fear and the anger and these darker spaces that we get into and seeing that as energy and using that energy to create, music, art, poetry, writing. So much of the really powerful stuff that we have in our culture has come from these deeper, darker places inside. And so we have an opportunity in our practice to turn towards some of these feelings and allow them to exist, to invite in our wise witness who can hold space without judgment, with compassion for everything that is existing in us right now. And for me, this last week has been the most challenging week that I've had yet since we've gone into our shelter in place, into our quarantine. And I've felt the need in my own practice to be turning back and allowing there to be this space for all of these feelings. And then to use this space, our yoga practice, our mat can be a safe space where we allow the time to let go of the distractions that we use to not give those feelings the attention, because I don't know about you, but I don't want to be in grief. I don't want to be irritable and angry. And so I'll try and push it away and ignore it and pretend that it's not what I'm experiencing. And these practices create this space where we can sit with it and allow it to become the energy for something more light and more beautiful in our lives. So that is the invitation for your practice today. We're going to start in Shavasana. No, we're not going to start in Shavasana. That would be lovely, but we're not. We're going to start in Child's Pose. And I recommend going ahead and placing a blanket under your knees to start. So let's head over to our mats. Put that blanket under your knees and come into Child's Pose. Your arms can be back and rest your forehead on the mat, tailbone towards your heels, and come to your breath. Invite in the wise witness. And observe what has been arising for you. What has been your physical, spiritual, emotional sensations and feelings? How does all of that manifest physically in your body? Begin to deepen your breath and breathe into the spaces where you feel sensation. And breathe deeply into your belly, into the tension that can build in your shoulders, in your neck, in your jaw. Feel your forehead rest on the mat or on a block. As you exhale, curl your tailbone down towards your heels, press your forehead into the mat. Invite in your Ujjayi breath, and the gentle constriction at the back of your throat, so that you can hear and feel your breath. Pay close attention to the bottom of your exhale, the rounding of your tailbone towards the mat, the lift of your low belly, the extension through your crown. And with your next inhale, walk your hands out as far forward as you can reach. If you had a block under your forehead, you can move it out of your way. Come up onto your fingertips. Press into your fingers, lift through your upper arms, lengthen tailbone to earth, and crown towards your hands. Maybe walk your fingertips even a little farther forward. Stretch tailbone to earth, reach through fingertips and crown. And with an inhale, walk your hands over to your left. Root your right hip back as you reach through your right fingers and breathe into the right side of your body. Maybe you can walk your fingers even a little bit longer. Hip roots back, tailbone curls under. And inhale and walk your hands off to the right. Exhale to root your left hip back. Reach through your left fingers. With your inhale, breathe into your ribs. Lift through your upper arms. Exhale to curl through your tailbone, lengthen through your crown, and reach through your fingers. Relax your eyes. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the bottom of your breath. And as you inhale, pull yourself to hands and knees for a cow pose. Curl your toes under, lift your sit bones, lift your heart. Exhale, point your toes and round back into child's pose. Tailbone curls under. Inhale, pull yourself up. Curl your toes, drop your belly for cow. Exhale, point your toes, round your spine. And come back into that dark, quiet space. And we inhale and pull up out of it. Roll your shoulders back. Draw your collarbones broad, throat open. Exhale to round. Find the pace of your breath. Inhale, draw up. Find the pause at the top of your breath, the full expansion across the front of your chest and throat. And exhale, round back. And find the pause at the bottom of your exhale, tailbone curls under. Inhale up. And exhale, come to a neutral spine. Bring your knees more underneath your hips. Ground through fingers and toes and extend your right arm out in front of you and your left foot back. Press the floor away from you. Draw your rib cage, your belly in as you extend hip to heel and reach shoulder to fingers. Deep breath here. And on an exhale, round in, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, take elbow and knee out to the side. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round in. Inhale, extend. Exhale to the sides. Inhale, extend. Pause here. Lift through your inner thigh, lift through your inner arm. And you can hold right here or reach back and find your foot. Kick your foot into your hand. Shoulder rolls back. Open your throat. And exhale, release. Extend your left arm forward, your right leg back. Reach from hip to heel. Reach from shoulder to fingers. With an exhale, round in, elbow to knee, chin to chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow and knee bend out to the sides. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend out to the sides. Inhale, reach. Pause here. Lift through the inner line of your leg, through the inner line of your arm, and either stay right here or bend your knee, reach back and find your foot. Kick your foot into your hand. Tailbone roots to the earth as you roll your shoulder back, heart open. And release. Widen your knees. Exhale, round your tailbone towards your heels. And take 3 breaths in child's pose. Come back to that slow, deep Ujjayi breath. And with your next exhale, find the bottom of your breath, curl your tailbone under. And inhale, roll yourself up to high knees. Take your arms up over your head. And exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, reach up through your fingers. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, release back. Find your block or whatever handy prop you found, and we're going to place it between inner thighs. A book would work here too, or a box. Hug the block. Curl your toes under behind you. Take your hands to your hips. And with an inhale, grab the block between your inner thighs and try to roll it towards the wall behind you. As you exhale, lengthen your tailbone towards the earth and roll the block forward in front of you. I'll move to the side. As you inhale again, we hug in and roll inner thighs back. You'll feel your sit bones lift, the block move back. Exhale, roll the block forward, tailbone curls under. Inhale and exhale. On this last one, inhale, roll the block back. And then keep the block where it is and exhale, just lengthen your tailbone, lift your low belly. Feel that stability through your hips, your pelvis, and bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, reach your fingertips forward, round your shoulders, chin to chest. Inhale, sweep your arms back and open, lift and open your throat. Exhale, bow. Bring your palms together. Chin curls to chest. Inhale, hands to heart, spine tall. Exhale, bow and reach. Feel the spread across the back of your heart. Inhale, open and lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale, tall. Release your hands. Release your block. And extend your left leg out to the side. Place your block or other prop to your right. Inhale, lift your arms. Root down, hips to earth. Lift hips to fingertips. Exhale over to your left. Inhale up. And exhale down to your right. You can bring your hand to your block at whichever height feels right to you. Root through your foot, reach through your fingers. Stay right here or lift your leg. Stay here or bend your knee, reach back for your foot. Kick your foot into your hand, open your throat. Draw shoulders back, collarbones broad. And carefully release. Come back to your extension, foot on the earth, fingers reach. Root to rise. Inhale up. And we'll swing our foot around in front. Can bring your block with you so you have it for balance. Hands at your hips or at a block or two. And begin to shift between Anjaneyasana and Ardha Hanumanasana. Exhale to come forward, tailbone lengthens. Inhale to shift back. Exhale. Tailbone heavy. Inhale, ground through your heel, pull your left hip back. Exhale. And inhale. Pause here for an extra breath. Drop your hip back, heart forward, roll your shoulders, shrugging them back and away from the earth. And then once more, come forward. Reach your arms up as high as you can. And with an exhale, take your right hand down to the block, whatever height is right for your body or the floor, and spin open into a twist. You have two options here. You can kick your back foot up to come into a quad stretch. Bringing your foot once more to your hand once more to your foot, and kick your foot into your hand as you pull heel towards hip. Or you can take the knee up off the floor and move into the twist a little more deeply. You choose which variation serves your body this morning. Releasing and unwinding. Place your hands and step back to downward facing dog. Curl your toes under, lift your hips high, and take 3 breaths here. Inhale, lift your heels towards the sky. Exhale, soften your heels towards the floor. Inhale, lift them high. Exhale, towards the floor. The last one, inhale. And exhale, drop your knees and come back up, high knees. We'll extend our right foot out this time. Again, having your block handy on the left side of your body. Inhale to lift up and exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale, bring your hand down to your block, whichever height serves your practice, bringing the floor to you. And ground through the sole of your foot, extend through your fingers, roll your shoulder back, heart open. You can stay here or lift your leg away from the floor. You can stay here or bend your knee, reach for your foot, kick your foot into your hand. And then release, extend back out, drop your foot to the earth, reach through your fingers. Exhale to the bottom of your breath, and then inhale, root to rise. Sweep your right leg out in front. Bring one or both blocks with you as we begin to shift between Ardha Hanumanasana and Anjaneyasana. Hands either at blocks or props or at your hips. Inhale, pause. Drop your right hip back, ground into your heel as you extend heart forward and shrug your shoulders away from the mat. And inhale and exhale, shift back into Anjaneyasana. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Tailbone heavy, hips heavy as you lift up out of your pelvis, through your crown, through your fingers. And with an exhale, bring your left hand down to your block or the earth. And open your right arm up into a twist. You can stay right here or find one of 2 variations. Either curl your toes under, lift your back knee up, or keep your knee on the earth and kick your back foot up to find your foot with your hand. Kick your foot into your hand. Roll your shoulder back. Depending on your flexibility, you can even come down a little lower, spin your heart open, and pull heel towards outer hip. Release your foot. Spin both hands down to the mat and step back to your downward facing dog. 3 more breaths. Find whatever movement feels good in your legs, your pelvis. And exhale, come to stillness. And one last full round of breath. And walk your feet and your hands together for Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale up halfway, long spine. Shrug your shoulders away from the mat. Exhale, release down. Inhale up halfway. Exhale down. And inhale, root to rise all the way to standing. Lift your arms. Exhale. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, cactus. Peel your heart open. Inhale, reach. Exhale, swan dive, hands to the earth. Inhale up, long spine. And exhale, step back to your plank pose. Drop your knees and slowly come down to your belly. Point your toes. Shrug your shoulders back. Lift your hands away from the mat. And breathe into your baby cobra. No pressure in your hands. Elbows reach towards your heels. One more deep breath. And exhale, release your hands. Drop your forehead. Allow your exhale to curl you inward. Tailbone towards the mat. Forehead to the mat. And turn in towards the darkness. And wait for the bottom of an exhale. And out of that place, inhale. Peel your heart open into a low cobra. And exhale, roll back down. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. Last one. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, hands and knees. Curl your toes under. Downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky. And exhale, step it forward into your lunge. Inhale, high lunge. Pause and find your balance. Hug through your inner arms, through your inner legs. Extend your heel back, your front thigh forward. With an exhale, sweep your hands back. Lift through your pinky fingers. Inhale, tailbone curls, underarms lift. Exhale, sweep back. And inhale, lift. This next exhale, shift some of your weight forward into your front leg as though you're going to leap off of that back foot. Inhale, arms up. Exhale again, taking some of the weight off the back foot. And on this last one, we'll take all the weight off the back foot and lift into a warrior three. And release back down. Arms high. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, straighten your front leg, reach through your fingers. Exhale, warrior two. Track your knee towards your middle toe. Inhale, lift. Spin your pinky fingers in. Exhale, track your knee towards your middle toe. Last one. And let your exhale take you into extended side angle. Front forearm to thigh, reach up and over through your fingertips. Roll your top shoulder back. Spin your rib cage, your heart open. Wait for the bottom of your exhale and inhale. Lift up, reverse triangle. Legs straight, reach through your right fingertips. And then come forward for triangle. So this is another place you might want to bring the floor to you. Using any prop that you have on hand, roll your shoulders back, lift through your fingertips. You can turn your gaze upwards, straight ahead, or down to the earth. Right sit bone drops back towards your left heel. Lift your toes and soften behind your right knee. Shrug both shoulders back, collarbones broad. One last deep breath. And exhale. Cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Step back to plank. And drop your knees. And come down onto your forearms. Root into your forearms and lift off of your knees. Forearm plank. Take a deep breath here. A complete exhale. Tailbone lengthens to heels. And as you inhale, drop your hips, point your toes, roll your shoulders back, Sphinx. Exhale, forearm plank, curl your toes under, lift your belly. Inhale, Sphinx. Point your toes, roll your shoulders, feel the heart open. Exhale, forearm plank. Last one, inhale, Sphinx. And pause here. Take your right arm across for support. Bend your left knee and swim your right arm back like a big stroke to find your foot. Kick your foot into your hand and draw your heel towards your outer hip. Shoulders shrug back and take your gaze off of your right shoulder. Tailbone curls under. Press into your toes on your right foot. And gently release. Come back to center. Press down through your toenails, tailbone towards your heels, heart opens. Left hand comes across, bend your right knee, swim your hand back. Kick your foot into your hand as you draw heel towards hip. And take your gaze off of your left shoulder. Strong curve of your tailbone towards the earth. Press into your left arm and release. Let your hands slide back. Find the bottom of your exhale. Tailbone curls under, forehead drops to the mat. Deep breath here. And again, exhale inwards. Inhale, lift up, roll your cobra. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high and step it between for your lunge. Root to rise, high lunge. Hug through your inner arms, spin your pinky fingers in. Extend back through your heel, forward through your front thigh. With an exhale, sweep your hands back, lean forward, pinky fingers lift. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep forward, lean forward. Start to take the weight out of your back foot. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, arms high. Last one. This time, take the weight out of your back foot. Step it into warrior three. And then step it back. And open to warrior two. Inhale, straighten your front leg, lift through your fingers. Exhale, track your knee towards your middle toe. Inhale, pull inward, hug through your feet, through your arms. Exhale, tailbone heavy, track towards your middle toe. One more time. Let your exhale carry you into extended side angle, front forearm to thigh. Reach your right fingertips up and over. Ground through your back foot. Roll top shoulder blade onto your back. Lengthen tailbone towards your back heel, crown to the sky. We turn towards the light, towards the full expansion. And then inhale, come up, reverse triangle, straighten your front leg. Inhale, come forward into triangle. Again, this is a good place to bring the floor to you. So we keep the lift, we keep the length. Right? We're not rounding and collapsing in our spines. We use our props, we use our resources to keep the lift and the length. You can spin your gaze up towards your palm. Keep your gaze straight ahead or drop it to the floor. And with an exhale, cartwheel your hands back down to your mat. Step back to plank. Knees lifted or on the earth, slowly lower down. Inhale, pull your heart open, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths. Ground through your fingertips. Lift and spread your sit bones. Exhale, curl tailbone towards your heels. Lengthen the crown of your head towards your hands. And take your gaze up to your hands and step, walk, or jump, feet to hands. Inhale up halfway to a long spine. Exhale down. Inhale up halfway. Exhale down, curl inward, forehead towards your thighs, low belly lifts. And inhale all the way up. Exhale, peel your heart open. Inhale, extend. And swan dive, hands to the earth. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, step, walk, or jump, feet back to plank. Deep breath here. Knees lifted or on the earth. Slowly come down. Elbows hug in, reach back. Heart moves first. Pull your heart through. Shoulders stay back. Throat open. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, step it forward into your lunge. Root to rise, high lunge. Exhale, sweep your fingertips back. Lift through your pinkies. Inhale, curl your tailbone under, lift through your crown. Exhale back. Inhale, lift. Get really light in your back foot as you exhale. Inhale high. And exhale, step into warrior three. Deep breath here. Shoulders roll away from the earth. Lift through your pinkies. Lift through your inner thigh. Extend back through your heel. Forward through your crown. One more breath. And exhale, slowly step back into your lunge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Warrior two. Track your knee towards your middle toe. Inhale, shoulders over hips. Straighten your front leg. Come forward into your triangle. Use your props to bring the floor to you. Spin your heart open. Root back hip into the earth. Spin front thigh wide, knee towards middle toe, right sit bone towards back heel. If you can even extend your right hand forward and find the length. Right hip draws back, right fingertips extend. Maybe that left arm comes over as well. One more breath. And exhale, hand back to block. Left hand to hip. Step forward. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Back leg lifts slightly higher than parallel with the mat. Roll your shoulder back, turn your heart, extend arm to sky. You might stay right here. You might challenge yourself by taking your weight away from your lower fingers. You might challenge yourself by bending your knee, bringing your hand to your foot, and kicking your foot into your hand. And then release. Extend back into your Ardha Chandrasana and slowly, intentionally step back into triangle and cartwheel your hands down to the mat to step back to plank. Knees lifted or on the earth. Exhale, lower down. Shoulders stay back, fingertips root. Inhale, pull your heart through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. And step it through for your lunge. Rise up. Exhale, sweep your hands back. Let your back foot become light. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Fingertips reach up. Last one, step it forward into warrior three. Back foot gets really light. Pinky fingers spin towards the sky. Shoulders roll away from the floor. Press out through your back heel. Ground into your standing leg. One more deep, full breath. And slowly step back into your high lunge. Exhale, open to warrior two. Soften your shoulders, soften your gaze. Feel broad across your collarbones. And inhale, straighten your front leg. And exhale, reach forward and come down for triangle. Use your props, bring the floor to you. Spin your gaze up, forward, or down. Press into your back hip, grounding into the back foot. Spin your left thigh open, turning your knee towards your middle toe, left sit bone towards your back heel. Maybe you even extend left arm out in front, rooting left hip back, reach through crown and fingertips. Maybe you add your right arm. And then release. Left hand down, right hand to hip, and step forward, Ardha Chandrasana. Back leg lifts. Press out through the sole of your right foot. Spin right shoulder blade onto the back. Right arm to the sky. If you can challenge yourself by trying to glance down your body. Make sure you can see your toes. Sometimes we drop our leg way back behind us. So we want to bring the leg forward. You can challenge yourself by taking your weight out of your fingers or by bending your back foot, finding the top of the foot or ankle, and kick your foot into your hand. And release. Slowly step back to triangle. And exhale your hand to the mat. Step back to plank. Exhale. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale to come forward to plank, Palankasana. Ground your left hand and shift over onto your left foot. Your feet can be stacked next to each other or on top of each other. Find your balance, root into your fingers, lift through your pelvis. And we're going to take our top foot and place it behind us. And take your top hand and reach it up over your head. Ground through your right foot and reach through your right fingers. Pull your armpit back, pull your shoulder blade onto your back, and then let your fingertips drop towards the earth. Big breath here. And then come back. Unwind. Same thing on the opposite side. Shift right hand, right foot. Feet can either be next to each other or stacked. Root into your fingers, lift your pelvis, lift through your fingertips. And then take your top foot, bend your knee, place your foot under the knee behind you. Draw your armpit back. Extend your arm over your head. Let your fingertips drop towards the earth. Ground through your legs, tailbone curls under. Extend through your crown. And slowly come back. Palankasana. Drop your knees. Bring your big toes together. Tailbone to heels. Forehead to mat. Deep, full breaths. Take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale, sigh through your mouth. Inhale and exhale. Feel your tailbone curl towards your heels, your crown lengthen towards your fingertips. And inhale, pull yourself up to hands and knees. Ground your left arm. Inhale your right arm up. And exhale, thread the needle. Take your right arm under and across your body. Come to rest on your shoulder, the side of your skull. Left hand can extend up towards the ceiling or reach over your head towards the top of your mat. Left hip draws back. Deep, full breath. And release your left hand back to the mat. Inhale to unwind. Ground your right hand. Inhale your left arm up. Exhale, thread your needle under and across. Come down onto your shoulder, the side of your skull. Right hand either extends straight up towards the ceiling or reaches over your head. Drop your right hip back and breathe into the twist, into your belly, your rib cage, the back of your heart. One last deep breath. And exhale, release your hands. Ground and inhale to unwind. Exhale to the earth and all the way back into your child's pose. Tailbone curls, forehead drops to your mat. Deep, full breaths here. Take a moment to witness, to observe. Has the energy shifted? Has the fire of your practice allowed any of the energy to change? I invite you to allow an intention to arise for when you step off of your mat. And I encourage you to allow it to be the smallest of intentions. Maybe it's to stop and breathe for 5 minutes every few hours. Maybe it's just to offer yourself a smile and a hug when you feel the irritability rise or the grief rise or the anxiety rise. And know that this space is always available to you. Wait for the bottom of your exhale and slowly, slowly roll yourself up to your knees. Shrug your shoulders back. Pull your heart open. Open your throat. Turn back towards the light. And release your shoulders and open your eyes. And we'll come into our Shavasana. So depending on your props, you have a couple different options for a slightly more supported Shavasana. If you have a blanket, you can roll it to make a length for your spine. And you would bring the blanket right to the base of your spine. You can put a little divot right under your neck. And then we'll start with our legs in butterfly, and you can extend them out long at any time. If you have more props, you also have the option of propping up some kind of a bolster or a pillow to make more of a lean. And if you have a second blanket, you can roll that one up even more so that you can support your butterfly legs with a blanket over your feet and under your knees. And the intention is to encourage the opening across the collarbones and chest. So your palms turn upwards, your knees open outwards. Now allow your attention to rest in the rise and fall of your breath. Every exhale is surrender. Surrender to everything that you're feeling and experiencing. Or surrender to uncertainty. And with our inhale, we allow for there to be hope, for there to be light. Thank you for joining me in this practice. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please feel free to rest in your Shavasana for as long as it serves you. Namaste. Until we meet again.